make these bottles disappear.
Keeping this as simple and as normal as possible, and what you expected, easier or
Yeah, I think as expected. It was nice to clinch a couple weeks ago. I think the energy in the clubhouse stayed positive and consistent. We kind of have kept our sights on tomorrow and this weekend while still trying to win ball games, and ended up winning 92. So I think just focusing at the task in front of us has been big for the entire team, myself included. Been trying to do that all year. That goes all the way down to only knowing what team I'm starting against the upcoming start, not 2-3 in front. So that's just kind of the mentality I've been trying to approach things with, and continue to do the same.
Along those lines, Shane, you actually have postseason experience compared to a lot of the guys. But what can you take from that you can share? Will you even do that?
Yeah, a little bit of experience, albeit not so much. So I'm excited to go out there. It's going to be an entirely different feel as opposed to 2020. Just to feed off the energy of the Cleveland crowd and my teammates, most importantly, is something I'm excited to share with them. Not lose sight of, how special of an opportunity this is to just be out there representing the city, and to take advantage of an opportunity that we've worked extremely hard for since, really dating all the way back to last year and last offseason.
Obviously, youth helps, but you guys have been completely unfazed by everything to this point. Do you expect that to continue?
I think so. Yeah. It seems that nothing has been too big or too small for us this year. So I really don't expect too much of a change within the clubhouse or on that field, just given the circumstances and the group that we've surrounded ourselves with, and kind of the examples that we've kind of put forth throughout the 162 game season.
When you say, I think I heard you say it'll be different than in 2020, is that just because the COVID year, or is there something else that makes it different?
Yeah, I think a number of things, but yeah, definitely the COVID year. No fans in the stands, a shortened season, and an entirely different roster.
Were you able to learn about the Tampa lineup, learn about yourself and how you attack the Tampa lineup in your last start?
I'll probably hold that, mostly to myself, but it's a good team, plays in a tough division. Excited for the matchup. I know they throw the ball extremely well, so I expect, some tight ball games, and just my expectation out of myself, and I think the rest of the starters, is to just stay competitive throughout the game for as long as possible to be able to hand it off to our bullpen.
Could you reflect for a moment on what you most learned from your time with Coach Kluber?
Yeah, probably a lot. But long story short, just, keeping things simple, not getting overwhelmed by any situation. I think I learned a lot from just watching him on TV. I was drafted in 2016. The then Indians went on a pretty special run in 2016, so I was able to watch that, intently. And he went on a personal run himself, which was, pretty spectacular that people still talk about. So just knowing him and learning him and his personality as a competitor, as a teammate, as a person, I think he's very even keeled. He's an ultimate competitor, but doesn't let any situation get too big or too small for him.
We talked to Tito last night about how he was able to make it through finally a whole 162 game season. Inside the clubhouse, what was he like this year, and how did his presence from start to finish maybe differ in its impact than it did the last couple of years?
Tito?
Yeah.
Just I keep saying the same word, but it's just consistency. He's the model for that, and that's what allowed us as a team and as individual players to go out there and stay loose, stay consistent throughout ups and downs. There was plenty of them. There always will be throughout such a long season. So to have his energy, his drive, his competitiveness, and his confidence in us, from a guy that's been around so much baseball and so many different teams and different payrolls and all sorts of different situations, is always confidence inspiring for us.
Did you ever crack through that Kluber veneer?
What's that?
Did you ever crack through the Kluber? He's sort of quiet and, just is, I assume he's different around you guys, but
Yeah. Yes. Since he's left, yeah, we've continued to hold a decent relationship, and yeah, he's great.
Can you reflect on, last year you had to deal with a shoulder injury and everything, and this year, your aces again. So what was that like building up these last 3 months in particular when you've really been good?
Yeah, it was without getting, too emotional, too far into it. It was a lot for me last year. So to be able to come out this year, and keep my expectations at a relatively sane level, just to be able to go out there, make every start, try and amass as many innings as possible while staying competitive was really my main goal. And so I think any athlete, when they go through an injury, albeit big or small, tends to question certain situations or themselves or whatever it may be. So to be able to get back this year, feel like myself, and continue to work towards what I know I can be, has been big for me. It's been fulfilling, and I plan on doing that for many years to come.
Was talking about blocking out the noise of what people like following you guys out here. Just how do you approach something like that? You try to block it out or try to use something like that?
Yeah, I think we do a good job of blocking it out. I don't think it's too loud in general, but I just think we got a great group of guys in there. I think we play for each other. That's what's tends to be a little bit cliche in sports every now and then, but it really is the truth. I mean, you guys have seen it. It's a different type of energy in that clubhouse, and it's a very loving and competitive energy. So I think as long as we continue that, we pull for each other, we trust in each other, and that tends to kind of put us over the top and put us in advantageous situations.
Back to 2020, the players sort of led the push for the name change that obviously evolved into what it did. What's it mean in the clubhouse for you guys to be in this first year as the Guardians, make it to the playoffs, win a division championship, be in the position that you're in right now?
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if I would say it was player driven, but I would say more than anything, we just want to represent the city of Cleveland and do it well. So whatever the name on the front of the chest is, it starts with Cleveland. I think that's what's important. That's what's important to remember. And that's who we play for. We play for that city. We play for everybody in that clubhouse, front office managers. And that's what we'll continue to do.
You mentioned playing for each other. You think maybe your style lends itself to that? Sitting around for the 3-run homer, it's, hey, you got to take the extra base because I'm coming, the whole thing.
No doubt. I think we've learned how to do that. It's not easy to do, especially in today's game and where it's trended. But for our style of baseball, we need to rely on each other and trust each other to get the job done, to run the bases well, be smart and disciplined, put the ball in play, don't strike out, move runners over, tag up when needed and when possible. So those two kind of coincide with each other, but they're definitely necessary. Our brand of baseball and trusting each other to lean on one another.
All right, I got Stephen Kwan here.
Thank you, Sharon. Sure, guys.
Yeah. Steve, tomorrow's just another game. I know you guys got